My name is Eli Mercer, and I've been a homicide detective for the better part of 2 decades. People think you get used to it. The blood, the screams, the kind of grief that turns a person inside out. But that's a lie. You don't get used to it. You just get better at wearing the mask. Some cases stay with you. They haunt your thoughts at night, hide in the backs of your eyes when you try to sleep, and poison your coffee with memories. But there's only one case that's clawed so deep into my brain, I can feel it twitch when the wind shifts. It happened on Withers Lane. I remember the call like it just came in. It was late October, cold enough to turn your breath into mist. I was parked outside a liquor store that doubled as a halfway house for cigarettes and regret. The radio crackled, and dispatch gave me an address, 202 Withers Lane. Report of a possible 1054. Caller disconnected. A dead body, no further details. I didn't recognize the street name at first, which was odd. I've walked every block in our town, sometimes literally. But Withers Lane, it rang a distant bell, like something I'd heard in a half-remembered dream. By the time I pulled up to the house, the sun was long gone. The world had that sickly blue tint right before a storm hits. The house itself stood like a corpse on a forgotten lot. It was tall, narrow, and hunched as if weighed down by the years. Ivy clung to the siding like veins on a dying hand. The mailbox was open, full of yellowing flyers and cobwebs. The front door was ajar. I called it in, said I was going in to check for signs of life or struggle. Dispatch acknowledged me, but their voice sounded off, tinny almost, like it had come from the bottom of a well. The moment I stepped inside, the air changed. You ever walk into a space that just feels wrong? Like something's leaning too close, breathing right behind you? That's what this house felt like. The air was thick, wet. It smelled like mold and metal, but also something sweeter, like spoiled fruit left too long in a dark pantry. I was standing in what used to be the living room. Dust floated through the air like slow snow. The furniture was covered in sheets, not white, but stained yellow-gray. On the far wall were family photos. I moved closer and realized every single face and every single frame had been scratched out. Not just scribbled over. Scratched, deep, as if someone had spent hours doing it, digging into the glass until their fingers bled. A strange buzzing filled my ears. I thought it was the power at first, maybe faulty wiring, but the house had no electricity. The lights didn't work. The clocks were dead. Still, the buzzing got louder the closer I moved to the hallway. That's when I saw the first message. It was written in something dark, smeared across the floral wallpaper. Not blood. It was too thick, too black, but something close. The word was simple. Listen. That's it. I stood there staring at it, suddenly aware of the silence pressing in on me from all sides. No creaking floorboards, no wind outside, just nothing. Until I heard the softest scrape coming from upstairs. You'd think I'd hesitate. Most sane people would. But that's the thing about being a cop. You train yourself to walk toward danger, toward screams, toward silence, toward things you really don't want to see. The staircase groaned under my weight. With every step I expected something, anything, to leap out, but nothing did. The second-floor hallway was narrow, lined with more photos. These hadn't been scratched out. They'd been burned. Small circular holes where faces used to be, the paper edges crisped black. I checked the first room. Empty. Just a made bed and a teddy bear on the pillow, its button eyes melted. The next room had a small desk with a broken lamp and a jar of dead flies. The third door was closed. I pressed my ear against it and heard humming, very low, off-key, childlike. I opened the door slowly. Inside, the walls were covered in drawings, hundreds of them. Crayon images of stick figures, big red X's, crying faces, tall shadows. Some had words beneath them, repeating phrases like "he watches" and "we forgot the rules" and "listen." In the center of the room was a child-sized mattress, and on it sat a girl. She couldn't have been older than 8. Her hair was tangled and matted, her pajamas soaked in something dark. She stared at the wall, unmoving, humming. I said her name softly, though I didn't know it. She didn't turn. I moved closer and crouched. That's when I noticed her ears. They were gone, not sliced, removed, smooth scars in their place. She finally looked at me.